like this.
I don't either. But magical ailments come in many forms. Hannah, did you do something to trigger this? Or did this just happen?
She was just merely resting.
You fed her frost magic, and now this is happening.
She's going to her.
I have never had much skill with ice. I can possess a small amount of it, but not much. If it's going to the mountains, I'm afraid I can't safely follow.
What the?
I think leave that be.
Oh.
Oh dear. Kaylin, I think that was going to be somebody's prisoner.
Yeah. Past tense.
I'm currently worried about getting to wherever she's going safe.
I would give her blood magic to. No, I wouldn't. That'd be a bad idea.
Yeah, that was hot. That was really hot. What the...
Tilly,
Ow.
it's alright. Do you remember any of what just happened?
What? No, we were at the spa. What?
Hannah tried, to my understanding, to feed you frost magic. You got up and started walking, and it only broke when you encountered fire. So, opposites are at play here. That's sensible. Are you burned?
No, I'm okay. Just I
Alright.
feel.
What do you feel? Say again.
I feel a little dizzy.
Alright. We can go to the route home south of here.
Are you okay, Tilly?
If you wish to go to the academy, it is neutral, I suppose. More neutral.
Yeah, we'll go to the academy.
It's about the same distance. It's a better choice.
Call your host, Tilly. I'll help you out. And have your host follow mine.
Here's a skin of water.
I cannot my horse, so I'm going to go back and get it.
Of
I see.
course. Hello,
I'll
Napa.
go with you all to the academy. We're good, Nafa.
Alright. Be safe, Al.
Thank you.
There we go.
Let's get you to the academy, dear.
Let's just move behind the mines. Let's avoid going at the front.
Just leave.
Come along.
Fancy bite on Lamenta's tail. She'll be fine.
Fancy is not gonna bite on Lamenta's tail. I can just stay close.
Okay.
Just take it easy.
We're going west of here, Vix, to the academy. South at the fork.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, quickly. Is that everyone?
I believe Alexei just held the ground for a moment.
He'll be alright.
Yeah.
Very well.
Abu, indeed.
Do you want the academy itself, Tilly, or the dormitory next to it?
Let's go to the academy. I don't want to try to sign you all in.
Alright.
Slowly.
Thank you.
One leg down, and there we go.
Close the door, if you would, please. Thank you. After the attack outside this place earlier this cycle, can't be too careful.
That was outside the grounds.
Yes.
Another attack.
Lysander walked us through it. He was near the academy, but not on the grounds.
He had come to the academy to retrieve his weapons. He was followed and hunted as soon as he left the grounds.
By his accounting, he never made it to the grounds.
I have not heard it from his lips.
I was... okay.
My understanding, regardless, is that he was followed here and killed, or not killed, but forced to reconstitute. Alright, Tilly.
Yeah, he...
So, Hannah, you saw a shadow on her core. It grabbed at the frost magic. And when the militia shot a fire arrow at you, it broke the trance. That's what we know. Therefore, from what I can tell, there's...
It's Vix.
No.
Hi.
A moment's rest.
I just feel a little hungry. I'll be okay.
Let us relax.
that potentially indicates a demon, or a daemon, rather. Though daemons tend to favor one kind of magic. So it would be odd if she was possessed. I suppose an entropic daemon could, in a sense, feed on all schools. It is... What schools of magic are you proficient with, Tilly?
Most proficient with Storm, but I'm also rather good.
Storm and what?
Frost.
I see. So, when it was illusions that she sought, that you sought, giving more illusion broke it, but when it's frost, which you already are capable with, you needed frost's antithesis to break you out of it.
Maybe. I don't know. I know I keep falling asleep, and when I fall asleep, I go places. I've woken up in the meadow. I've woken up in Niklaus's graveyard. It's
So,
scary.
I see. I know, dear. I know. Are there any other places you woke up? That you can remember?
Allow me to get more comfortable.
There's been one or two other places. I've woken up near the heart here once or twice. And this place down in the crypt once.
The Oasis. Entropy. Then, as far as I can tell, here's what I figure. The heart likely is a representation of perhaps blood magic. The Oasis, entropy, Nikolaus, necromancy, the meadow's illusion. Now frost. I wonder where it would have taken you had it not been stopped. My best guess is the Hallowed Mountains. Possibly the Ogre's Cave. It was triggered in this instance by someone offering the magic already creeping along your skin to your core, which was grabbed by whatever presence it was. So it seems to feed on magic of enough of a variety of forms that I am somewhat comfortable, considering that it is all of them. Absorption of ambient magic is not something done easily, which is why it has me thinking so much. I will perhaps consult my cluster on the matter when they are wakeful, but my current hypothesis is that there may be a daemon slumbering within you, Tilly, and it manifests when it is hungry. I know that's not pleasant to hear, but it's what matches the evidence I see.
It's definitely not.
Did you?
One second, something's not right. Is Squeaks okay?
I don't know where
No
Squeaks
more about
went.
Sorry, I was dealing with spirits.
Can I ask a quick, a small inquiry?
For who?
Well, you both. Damon usually is occupying a corpse. Now, I understand there's corpses a broad term, but I assume usually this is a fully unanimated thing. So if a Damon was to occupy the same space as a animated individual, this is not quite odd.
Hail.
It is odd. If that's what's happening.
Right, so if we're speaking on the norms, yes, it's the things that we know are somewhat true. My understanding is that demons reside in things that are quite unanimated, unoccupied. So of course, my knowledge is quite narrow, but transformation is something that fascinates me quite a good deal. So, let's pretend for a moment that there's a limitation to demons occupying things that are completely unanimated, such as a completely fully dead and unoccupied corpse. Is there a reason a being that is already animated beyond Damon would need to seek out sources of magic? Perhaps for stability or hunger or wanting. Is there anything else that could possibly meet that criteria? Or a compulsion? Or need?
I regrettably don't have one in my mind. You pose a number of very good questions and very good points in this regard. The Leviathans, of course, are, in a sense, a very large demons, beings of magic without the need for a vessel. I am curious from the behaviors I've seen. You don't seem violent. Have you ever woken up with blood on your hands? Tilly, evidence of a fight that you don't remember, or simply movement, travel, like the tea leaves said.
I wonder. I've never woken up with blood on my hands before.
Good. Then whatever it is, it seems perhaps not violent, but willing at least to grab at offered magic. It is, Hannah describes it as a shadow over your core, though it is not shadow magic. A presence. It could be curious to attempt to discover the magical nature of that presence, what sort of magical school it is possessed by. That could be insightful. Dreamer has seen it.
Right.
She has? I know Dreamer's heard something, but I didn't know she'd seen something. When did she see something? That was a dream. She saw the day that Lothric and Claudia saved me. It wasn't exactly pleasant, so I think
What did they save you from?
They saved me from a coven.
A coven of what?
Witches.
Witches of where? From where exactly? Sorry,
No, just give me a second. Those memories are... I can't remember it real well, so I struggle sometimes. Velgrath. That's where it was. Yeah, Velgrath. Again, those memories are hard for me to recall. I barely even remember the day they saved me. I just know they did.
I would inquire. I don't know exactly the details of Elgrath. Where is this located? What is the history there? Does anybody know?
I want to say it's far to the north, but I don't really remember. Hello, Jamie. You look very tired.
Indeed. After this is over, I will need to speak with you and Alexei.
Alright. I do need to be with my spirits for 5 to 10 ticks, so, please don't let anyone in who wants my head. I'm going to just be over here.
Perhaps I open this door just for a moment, if you are so...
Thank you.
Let us relax.
For the sake of their satisfaction, I have sent an official challenge to Valeria, and I will be fighting unless they are coward. As such, there are some requests I would make from yourself, Yassad, Karina, and the others. These requests will be made in private. We will head to the Rot Home to hold this discussion if you do not feel comfortable here. Kind of don't want to have to repeat myself, so I am waiting for Karina. Unfortunate. Very reasonably so. I agree with to start with the Darkwoods, not even in slide. They have dwelled in the shadows too long. With your assistance, we will bring them to the light. If you could do me a favor and perhaps stir Barbados and Dorian as well. Thank you. If they so badly want to push people this way, then we shall all live with the consequences of those actions. Reasonably so. If you wish, you are more than welcome to. We will either join you then or join them now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello, Roran. Where did the others go?
Hannah's clinic. If
Mhm.
you know the way.
Say again?
Hannah's clinic.
Ah, thank you.
I will assert my will.
I'll make my way there.
I'm here to check in.
Goodbye.
By the Belmont name, I will vanquish you!
Fair share forward.
The door, quickly. I think I heard Ulrich at the academy doors as I left, so... Thank you. If it was who I thought I was, I think...
pleasant cycles.
No. If there's anyone else in the seats.
Yeah, there is not.
Okay, briefly. I believe I heard Ulrich as I was leaving the academy. It's good that I asked to be let into a separate room. Thank you, Jaime.
Of course. It seems
Oh.
you have their numbers were at the academy.
Allow me to get more comfortable.
At least some understand the concept of neutral grounds. Thank you.
Yes, the one Ulrich is one of the ones who came chasing me in the cursed forest one particular day, based off of rumors, and beheaded me.
So, to appraise you of the situation, Karina, I have challenged Lady Medici, Valeria, to honorable combat to the final blow.
It's a final death.
Well, I do not know if they will see it that way, but I have a true silver stake. I'm willing to apply it to them. Beyond this, I am looking to gather as much gold as possible. I will be making a grand ritual. I would like permission to use the rot home to its efficacy.
I will have to speak to the High Priest and the High Priestess about this, but so long as, given your previous aid, and so long as the details are communicated and we can be a part of it, or at least observant, I suppose, then I don't see it ultimately as an issue.
Indeed. The reason I am doing this is because the threat that the Medici family poses to bystanders, to the innocent, let alone your own, has reached a level that is unacceptable. The slaying of one of my kin is far too much.
What did they do to one of yours?
There is a woman named Wilhelmina. She is connected to me tangentially through my uncle Kappa, and the two of us had just spent days getting to know each other quite familiarly. Only for them to killed several days later. I'm unsure if they reconstituted or not, but even if they did, this is beyond acceptable.
I felt her. Go ahead.
I will be making a sacrifice of as much gold as we are able, and I will be using your tower, granted, to make that sacrifice of gold exactly where it needs. I will beseech as much holy power as it takes to lay low the Medici family. They have gone too far, and something need be done. Do I think this is a guarantee? Absolutely not. But, do I think it is worth trying? Absolutely. Given that you all have a vested interest in the Hydra's head being severed and burned so that it may never grow again, then I would beseech you. Every coin you have, every chain you've stored, every bar you've tucked away, I would see it used to end this threat to everyone.
You offer a very great deal, Jaime. Do not think it does not go unheard. You are putting everything on the line here, and I see that, and I appreciate it. I'm grateful for it. I will speak with my cluster on the matter of the spire. Normally, our contact within the Rot Home is, as you might imagine, the Entropy Leviathan. It's Dorian. Good timing. I'll wait for him to get up here before we continue. I'll take a brief moment for spirits while we do.
Of course.
Hello? Ah. Hello there.
Greetings, High Priest. It is a pleasure that you have attended, and a great convenience. I request the usage of your tower to reach out to the arms of Axiom. In particular, the Leviathan of Light. There is no greater structure in the land, nothing that reaches further, nothing that touches higher. I ask this because I seek to engage in combat directly with the Medici family, and I am but a mortal man. But with the power of worship, magic, and the light's backing, I can make a difference. I will be using a grand sum, a king's ransom of gold, to act as fodder for this ritual. But I understand that there are no better that understand the arms than you and yours. So I am asking, I am beseeching you, give me guidance on this. Assist me in stopping this threat to Dunley.
I see. Well, I appreciate that you would reach out to us about such a matter. I admit I'm uncertain if the arms of the Holy Leviathan, the radius, I suppose you could say, of its area of influence would be able to reach here, but at the same time, I did feel that way about the Illusion Leviathan. And the, well, sphere of influence is reaching within these lands.
It is.
It isn't impossible.
It is south of us, and perhaps a large enough offering would draw its attention, for better or worse. Jaime, may I ask, in your communion, and your giving of your storm, as I understand it, to receive light, have you ever felt the presence of the Holy Leviathan? Have you ever bonded with it in any way?
Initially, no. And even now, I find myself on the edge of the light, reaching out towards new rays I have never touched. But I have consecrated several altars. And as I have, these altars and the people who worship at them have reached out.
Have they made contact?
That is a little bit harder to ascertain. But I did watch gold melt and burn to ash. I watched sacrifice be accepted. It can be accepted there, and I would reach out harder. I would grab the light and pull it to this land.
Well, I think that at the very least it could be worth a shot. I understand your desire to protect only and to, well, go against those who have been terrorizing anyone who stands against Noctum, or, well, you know.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
How should I put it? But in any case. I would have to see what we can potentially do in order to prepare the location for such a shift. The primary issue that I am running into in my mind is that our spire is highly tailored towards entropy.
Yes, every part of it is meant for that.
Because of the nature of entropy, there might be a unique opportunity where our spire could potentially function to call out to another school as well.
Holy is used in our ritual, and it is an element of entropy, of course. The spire, like you say, is the tallest structure in Vardaran, the most well-built ritual space that there is. As Dorian says, the difficulty is that our worship, our refinement in this regard, is tailored fully to the entropy Leviathan. Now, I'm in agreement that it's not impossible. Perhaps once Lady Thanavi wakes, we can discuss with her the finer points of it, and if we're capable of assisting in such. I personally see it as a distinct possibility. I worry about... I do hope we wouldn't anger the entropy Leviathan by an act like this. That is something I would not want to do.
I think that if we, well, I think that there are ways that we could ensure that, well, the hand we serve is tempered, perhaps, or contented with our action. We might need to take a look at the specifics of the rites you intend to perform and make a few small suggestions just to make sure that it does find compatibility with entropy.
Yes.
I do hope that's something you're comfortable with.
A It is entropy that gave me the light, and I suspect it will be entropy that helps me find it deeper.
I think perhaps you may be right.
Alright, well, as long as that is something you are comfortable with, I can look to the spire and see what we might be able to do in terms of,
As you wish.
well, ensuring that... ensuring that you are able to succeed in your goals here, or at least attempt them without risk of backlash.
So it shall be.
I would suggest write down all that you intend to offer in full. Dorian, I suppose it may be beneficial to give him, if you're okay with it, a tour of the rest of the spire so that he can see what he's working with.
Yes, I would be willing to show you the spire, Jamie.
Then I think we're all here. We should do so.
Then it sounds like a plan.
Well, we have half of Arbane to cross. As for Hannah, Isad, Alexei, I'm unsure if we'll be able to show you three the spire. That is Dorian's discretion.
I feel that the three of you may come along as well.
Very well. Then...
As long as you... well... there's a certain threshold that we will likely not ask you to cross, but...
It's alright.
Then this is a pilgrimage we all walk together.
Yes.
And I would likely wish to check over the spire before we... I cannot open this door. I did not know why I thought I could.
You're used to being able to open. You're used to being able to open all of the doors for our keep store, and you're just used to it.
I suppose there's not much point in wearing a hood at this time.
I doubt it would do you any good.
It is... I'm very much incapable of going in disguise. It might give me a few moments.
Quickly now.
You probably think you're something, but you are.
First Belmont, now him. I really can't have a moment's respite. We're missing one. They will arrive.
I'm certain that they will find the way. I will comment, I would not have even offered this if I was not willing to risk the danger level.
I know how significant an offering you are suggesting, Jamie. I take it with utmost seriousness. I'll watch the door, Dorian. I'll join you up there in just one moment.
Is it your...
Right.
To put it in earnest, I had offered several thousand gold before. I believe it was just several hundreds at that point. And that is what granted me the mastery of the light, through which so many are
So that means you have successfully reached out.
The problem is that no bonding contract was made. That
becomes much later.
That it comes deeper within one's worship.
Indeed. Out is kind of a nebulous thing when the light is so blinding you cannot see the backdrop for what is there. I will say this was a very auspicious time to have this hair.
Yes, this is good timing. Very good timing. I'm sure Dorian's checking over the spire, and Hannah is not here yet.
They will be joining us eventually. Just a bit behind. Yeah.
Alright, I double-checked the structure, and I'm comfortable with taking most of you most of the way to the top.
Alright. Hannah, I believe, is following.
But I am still Veilkeeper.
Yes, Isolde, you would be allowed to join us at the very top. I believe Hannah is the main one who would not be granted access.
So it shall be.
Jamie needs to see it for ritual purposes.
Yes. And Alexei, I don't believe, Alexei, you've been promoted, but...
To what? I believe I'm Veilkeeper.
Ah, are you? Well, you've earned it.
Of course.
Yes, so Hannah is the only one who would not be able to join us at the very top of the structure, so...
Very well.
Alright, is Hannah joining us later, or on the way currently?
They are going to be joining us later.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I assume this is everyone's first time heading up to the spire, yes?
We've not let anyone within these lands all the way up, Dorian.
And I've seen the whirlpool space.
None of the newcomers. Yes, you already know of the whirlpool. This is... What did you call it, Dorian, when you...
And so, I may have entered a fugue state while I was building this structure.
Yes,
divine inspiration, I suppose you can call it. The entire building is, well, a ritual resonance area. Go on ahead. Just want to make sure these doors get closed. It is, well, 9 floors, each having some amount of, well, inbuilt attunement.
Resonance separated by school. I actually don't remember exactly which floor is built for holy. Lady Donaby would know. I do adore the ascent. It's a pilgrimage, to use your wording, Jamie.
Did you also make sure not to fall, Jamie, because you are human and this is very high.
Oh, yes. You can look over the edge. It's very far down.
Yes, it is. I will confess, I had suspicions that this structure was designed entirely and purposely for ritualistic.
You are not wrong.
I do not think I understood the depth of that, literally.
I think I might have actually been up this far before. At least the Navi brought me up here for a discussion once.
This door is not one that not our faithful are allowed to pass, but Jamie, as you will need to know what lies beyond, you may enter. Come forward to the top of the spire.
The others.
So this is the very center of our ritual space. We do adjust it based on what we are attempting, I suppose you can say. It has our personal altars as well as, well, a object of power that allows us to better connect with our, well, with our Leviathan.
I see. I've never seen some of these runes before.
the rest of these altars are familiar. Perhaps perhaps the object was simply removed when I was last year.
This is far beyond what I expected, but is exactly the sort of thing I would need to accomplish what I am trying to achieve.
Yes. We have, as Dorian said, a source of great magical power that has often acted as a power source for our efforts in this regard.
What I would likely recommend is this top area is the most consecrated in terms of our own, well, our own worship, our own hand. I think this area is the space that it would be in some ways foolish of us to try and adjust to allow for reaching out to another beyond superficial resonance. We likely cannot adjust our altars or, well, anything of those natures. Those need to remain consecrated to the hand of entropy. However, this structure is built rather purposefully. If you are in the whirlpool ritual below, this is, well, in the center of that space, and we may be better able to make adjustments to that area in order to allow for your ritual to take place. If there are aspects of your ritual that you need to complete up here, we might be able to facilitate that, but large-scale changes would be against the spirit of ensuring our own hand remains collaborative in this measure.
I see. All right. This will take me some time to fully evaluate. Am I permitted to move about this space freely? Without harm, I presume?
Yes, you are permitted to move about the space freely while we are present.
Certainly.
You may look, you may inspect, and it goes without saying, this is intensely private information that we are sharing with you.
Indeed. I will say, there is room, quite literally, for what I am looking to do here. The holy altar has always been tucked into the far corner down below. And would you, lo and behold, there is plenty of space in that. Some would call that providence.
I do see what you're saying. I do certainly see what you're saying. That could actually work
Yes,
in order to
you're right. It
ensure
is.
that the majority of the ritual is still tailored primarily towards entropy.
It is.
But
yes, below this flooring.
do not jump.
But it's fun, Dorian.
Do not jump.
Do not jump. No.
I'm being very serious now. Do not jump.
Do not jump.
There are few things I would attribute to fate or destiny. I find it hard to believe this is anything but. To see a direct channel from where the holy altar lays down below to the exact empty spacing. Certainly, that must mean something.
As I have always said, Axiom's will takes many forms. Perhaps this is simply another version of that. Very well. So, you propose an altar to the Holy Leviathan, right here?
Indeed. Though I will confess, my decorative abilities are lacking greatly. But I presume kind High Priest Dorian could assist with that in part.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so to make sure I understand, you need a... I suppose it is good fortune that the sun reaches right there for Jamie's sake.
Yes, it does. Right here.
Aw.
Yep, very painfully right here.
I think you made your point.
Maybe stop standing there.
Yep, got it.
Which, oh.
You know what? I'm not going to. Thank you both for testing that.
Shem Yara rises, and truth with you. The light will certainly guide us. This I am certain of. Too many coincidences have taken place. This is meant to be. And with your assistance, by your hands, not just my own, we will free your people, my people, from this travesty that has taken place. Well, I suppose all that is left is to prepare the ritual. And moreover, make clear what exactly my options are.
Yes, do inform us what you need. I'll start working on a... I think it is important that at the same time you are doing this, at least one of our number, if not more, make contact with our own hand in order to ensure it does not anger them that there is such a ritual taking place here.
Indeed.
I will say that collaboration is a little bit easier, just due to the nature of things.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I truly believe this is the path forward. It's just a matter of organizing everything so that I might beseech the light before time grows thin.
So, one question. The level of offerings that you've done so far, is there a numerical value at how much you've provided already?
I would say I have probably provided somewhere around 1,500 golden chains, 5,000 golden coins, and some 10,000 sunflowers.
Is this over multiple rituals, or?
Over 2.
Over 2.
Oh,
I see.
oh my.
Yeah. That's...
My devotion to the light, never let it be questioned.
You have made that quite clear, Jamie, and know how meaningful it is to me, regardless of your outspoken desire not to join our ranks. That doesn't ultimately matter. You have a love of Axiom, and I see that plain as the light.
Yes.
Plain as day.
Plain as
I will
day, in
confess.
fact.
It's all for the light that I do this. But the light is with Axiom, and I see that now.
Yes, it is. And that ultimately is what both unites and causes tension with Fates of Axiom. I am glad to see you hold understanding of the concept. The fact that, well, everything we at the Cult of Decay do is for decay. But decay is with Axiom. And thus, there is unity in that. It's a balance of sorts, I suppose we can say.
An understandable one. There are many walks in life, and I see the light even in the other aspects. And obviously I have seen it in entropy. So, I believe this will be possible. I have faith this is something we can do.
It is my sincere hope that it is.
Yes, if anywhere would be able to reach the Holy Leviathan within Valdoran, it would be here. You are correct about
So
that.
it shall be.
Then all that is left is to do the legwork. I will
Yes.
say, I will need quite a lot of gold, hence why I drew you, Alexi, and your thought in, as crass as that may sound.
Now, this is quite the noble endeavor you have here. But you said you seek to challenge them and it will be final death? That's... And you said you were to do this with a silver stake?
Yes, I possess a true silver stake, one that has been garnered at the hands of many who fought against many creatures of the land. If you wish to see it, you are more than welcome to. I would not recommend touching it.
It sounds... Yes, I'm not going to touch that. I've had more than enough experience for one on life.
I do hope that you are successful in this, Jamie, and
So it shall be.
If the worst happens, would you...
If the worst happens, my fate is in the light, and I leave it to the light, as I always
As
have.
you wish.
All right.
Very well.
There are rites we can do to try and see if we can ensure that entropy takes hold and that we return as a rottling. These are never guaranteed, and some say they're superstition, but we can still offer it.
The offering is well received, but as I said, my fate lies in the light. Should I fall, and should it be such an unfortunate circumstance, the light will take me, I'm sure.
I see. Well,
Very well.
I pray you do not fall. You're a good man.
I will confess, were my sister here, I think I would have much better odds of this, but alas, life presents us with the tribulations as it does.
Indeed.
Do you know when you plan on doing this ritual?
The ritual will ideally be in 1 to 2 cycles, and the duel either the day of or shortly after. Though
Alright, well,
the stars may need some aligning. We will see how that occurs.
Yes, there will likely need to be some aligning of stars, especially given the usage of our ritual space, but,
As you
well,
wish.
we can do what we can.
We will make it work. By the light and with axioms of will.
Yes. Study what you must, Jamie, if you haven't already.
As much study to I can assure
Yes.
you of that.
And write us with your proposed plans so that we can check them over, see if they are possible, if any alterations need to be made. This, of course, is the most sacred part of our worship, but the other levels of the spire do hold their own importance. I suggest you look them over in turn.
Indeed, I suspect something of this magnitude will require every opportunity we can dredge.
And Dorian,
Yes.
I had wanted to... I'll say it, and Jamie, I am going to choose to trust you with a bit more information now. This is even more information that normally you wouldn't get, but since you and us are aligned in this, I will share it. I received we were seeking evidence, proof that it wasn't us, and I believe that we have it. At least very near to absolute proof in this regard.
Yes, I received reports as well.
It is from a visit to the home of Andros Sterling. He has...
Just quickly, briefly check this form.
Yes, please do.
So I know what I'm looking at.
Yes, this floor can be tailored to, well, anything that might be helpful for additional resonances. Right now, it is not necessarily tailored towards anything.
Worth noting, Jamie, I believe this spot is also directly above the holy focus down below.
I may beseech you, lower this window when the time comes, and we will work on a continuous line up of the holy energies.
Alright. The short of it, and the key point of it, is this. Andros deals in witch dust. He has within his estate a spire of sorts like ours, a very thick one filled with quartz and gems. There were flamethrowers with red dust, presumably witch dust, though I don't believe the person was able to dust as much. But very deep, come this way. Within his estate, they found a room behind a locked door at the very back of his estate, surrounded by 6-inch glass, with boxes full of cult banners and boxes full of Noctum banners. I have both the eyewitness report and a sketch testifying to it.
Well then, hopefully this information will... I do think this information should find its way out somehow.
I have been advised that it's a thought of whether we give this information to Noctum or not. If I but give the word, it will end up in their hand.
It's a troubling situation where I worry if we send out the
Power wrought from ancient alchemy.
Dorian, you were saying?
There we go.
Ah, he's not yet awake.
So it shall be.
The witching hour really hits, you know?
Right, where was I? So, I'll wait for Alexei.
Yes, but worth mentioning, Dorian. and I'll say this again, is I've gotten word that Eleanor, if given the chance, would take a ceasefire. That is not something I imagine would be said lightly. It is worth our consideration.
Likely wants to keep... I believe she values Izel quite a bit, yes?
Yes, and Izel, I've gotten wind, their core is very damaged.
I suppose I shall ask. Jaime, forgive me for asking this, but does this mean I should probably leave Izel alone should I encounter them on the roads?
I would say so.
Of course.
The possibility that we might be able to offer Nocturne the assistance of ensuring that Izel is, well, if we manage our own core studies well, and we can potentially utilize that knowledge to bargain a ceasefire that has favorable terms. I think that could be important.
Yes.
Alexei is still asleep, but what I was sort of going to say is that my primary concern is that, well, my primary concern is that we have been being rather aggressive with our, undead and all that, but at the same time, we simply do not have the support of the populace, and Nocturne knows that as well, and we are on the back foot. So, I worry if we come to the table with too few chips that they will simply say, I don't care if you didn't set off those explosions. We are within reach of stamping you out. The fact that Eleanor is willing to do a ceasefire is one thing, but we have to gain the assurance that others are as well.
Eleanor holds sway, but she's not the only force in Noctum.
Exactly, and likewise, I am not the only force within the cult of Axiom. So even though I myself feel like ceasefire is necessary at this point in time,
I'm choosing to share it for the moment, Alexei, because at this moment in time, with the people in this space right now, I believe that you all deserve to know. Jaime?
Yes, in this space it's alright, but you mentioned to Noctum.
Yes, that is what I'm unsure of. To give full context, I was relaying sort of what we had previously spoken of.
Yes, and my point of view is we don't have enough chips in order to ensure that we can bargain with Noctum as a whole.
Yes.
My hope is that that will change, or perhaps we can get news on people other than Eleanor being also open to a ceasefire, because one official within a giant army who also isn't. I'm fairly certain that Eleanor isn't the heir at the very least.
Has anyone seen
Eleanor?
I wonder if anyone's seen Director Calden for a time. Maybe he's been, I don't know. Hard to say.
I don't know.
He rarely makes public appearances anyway.
All I know is that, well, we don't want to rush this information. It is alright if it is, I suppose, I do believe there might already be whispers. After all, we are likely not the only ones who have connected dots, but even still, we ourselves, as the Cult of Decay, don't want to come forward until the time is right. Coming forward too early can lead to it backfiring, in my opinion.
It can make us seem desperate, which they are. They are wolves. They will pounce. They have before. They have killed our own at ceasefire talks. It's not. It wouldn't be the first time. So we have to be certain of our position. Now, I am of the belief that, despite the will of the populace, we do have the very big chip of Mortium's walls are blown open, and they cannot defend their territory by encasing it in rock and stone the way they have for a long time. But
it's always possible that they repair the walls, however, Kareem.
Yes, a ceasefire would certainly give them the opportunity to do so.
It doesn't matter. And this
It's a thought.
current conflict as it stands is untenable.
Agreed. Even with the undead, they can bolster us for a time, but we simply do not have the support we need. If things keep going as they are, I fear for what might happen.
In any case, are there any more points you want to provide to us, Jamie, Yusol, Alexei?
Well, I had a project in mind that I was planning on commencing with that would have potentially weakened Nocton's forces significantly, but given the nature of the situation, I guess I should hold off on that as well.
It's... Indeed. I am currently looking at this from a perspective of survival, and...
Well, sometimes we need to do more than survive, we need to thrive.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a bit of a personal project that I've been working on. It was earlier this cycle that we discovered this relic. Trying to bring it back to its former. Like to see it.
What relic do you speak of? Oh, my.
Oh, goodness.
With the
Where?
information that we gained from the estates, their weaponry is beyond anything I've seen. So, if word was to get out, since we were the only ones to visit them, to my knowledge,
The dots would be very easy to connect.
yes. So, I'm trying to make sure I'm able to have a weapon that could at least deal with theirs.
So it shall be.
I mean, you saw the weapons the custom-made ones by them. It's
Of course.
unlike anything I've seen.
It is forge work that we are capable of, but I have not seen it in that particular fashion.
Well, Jamie, is there anything that you would like to, I suppose, ask, propose, that sort of thing?
Well, I suppose having a greater amulet to stay alive long enough to before the ritual would be nice.
What do you think, Dorian?
I will say I'm not opposed to returning it after the ritual.
That is normal.
What were you going to say, Yusol?
It's mixed feelings on my part, given the efforts that Alexei and I have put in thus far to actually earn these, but at the same time, circumstances.
If he's willing to return it afterwards, of course, why not? I mean, he is mortal. I don't know what kind of ritual this is going to be. As you mentioned before, I'm not very versed in rituals, but I can be of some assistance. This isn't a lot and nearly enough for what you need, but I have some gold I'm willing to part ways with.
I can share some gold as well. I likely probably should not partake in helping casting, given the Shadow Leviathan's interest in myself.
I will say my pockets are so laden with gold right now that if Karina could place down a box to be stored inside of the tower, that would be fantastic.
You carry that much gold on you at all times?
Yes.
I'm a very wealthy
No, no, I planned on giving it to him earlier.
Not here. I'm going to put this over here.
Yes. So, in regards to the amulet, I believe that we might require some amount of... If you want to keep it permanently, I believe it would require some amount of, I suppose, payment, witch dust, that sort of thing.
Certainly, that's something we can arrange.
Yes, I admit my mind is a little scattered at the moment, so I don't... And I always was bad with the economy to begin with, Karina.
That's the why I'm the one who usually does it. It's fine. I'm the one who put up all the trades. Which speaking of, I have to raise our copper prices. I'm good at it. So here,
Actually, we need to discuss something that I discovered with the price between flawless gems to spectral dust versus regular gems to scourge stone. If you go by ratios, using just the regular gems as payment is far, far more efficient.
Curious. Yes, Dorian, I know. I know it helps you to run in a circle. It helps him to run in a circle. So here's what I'm thinking, Jamie. You are not of our number, however, you have done a great many things to help us. You have supported Alice through every step of her journey in Axiom. You have come here to work with us. You have aided us in our rituals. You've done a great many things that benefit us, and this does not go unseen.
You assisted in my reconstitution, if I'm not mistaken.
As you wish.
I did in fact partake in this, yes.
I think
so,
50 or 100 witch hunts.
In general, having faith in Axiom and, well, speaking in defense of our number when very few are willing to.
Yes. What do you think? 50 witch dust, Dorian, and just call it even?
I told you, I am so bad at math.
Alright, fine. Then if you believe me, I say 50 witch dust is fine. I just need your signature. Think of it as...
Isolde. Does that not sound good to you also? I'm so bad at math, Isolde.
I mean, depending on how many places Jamie's willing to go mining and how many sources of it that he's aware of, 50 can be acquired in a relatively short amount of time.
I'm not trying to make it exorbitant. You've done a lot for us, Jamie, and we appreciate it.
Fair enough.
Certainly.
I was looking
I
for
will
the
say,
values in that case.
At the most recent neutral gathering, I was the only one willing to not hide behind a hood, while still speaking to the cult's good nature. There is a lot of work that need be done, this Medici business aside.
Yes, unfortunately, I believe both Noctum and the Mancinis like to spread a lot of false propaganda regarding Leviathan.
We did not get to show all those present at Maja's Tower the good of our ritual because Jezebel Mancini interrupted it. We didn't get to... Well...
Yes, we provide a very important service to this land, and I don't think people realize that.
They don't, because they don't see it, Dorian. They don't realize what happens when we don't. They don't realize what has happened already when we've been a little too slow.
You said you spoke at a rally earlier?
Indeed, there was a neutral gathering, and many people are ignorant of the, I believe they're called snarls, that lay beneath the surface.
Snorrels? Okay.
Snares.
Snares.
Snares, there you go. They're one of the two. But yes, these snares are conglomerations of entropy that need be leased from the ground.
I see. Well, you're braver than most to speak on behalf of the cult in front of a public gathering of probably very, very angry Noctum supporters. To some degree.
Indeed, the one running the event is in fact a staunch Noctum supporter, but I still made clear what was happening, and a great many people did become sympathetic to the cult once they discovered the nature of it. You'll have to forgive me if the snares were something of a private affair, but research and discovery into the nature of entropic magic is something that I have been commissioned by the Academy to do.
Absolutely.
As such, this information came to me through Betty.
Well, I am appreciative. We are, how should I put it? We are quite used to, perhaps it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. We don't tend to be accepted by many who don't already understand us. And when we try and open the door, there's always misgivings. And whenever we try and extend trust, that trust tends to be broken, and we have fallen into a trap of better to just say nothing about what we're doing, because it's always going to be taken in the worst light possible. If we try and say something, then people will twist it anyway. Better to stay silent and move in the shadows.
Well, that is where we differ. It is in the light that I changed people's opinions. And I will continue to operate as such. I have nothing to hide from anyone. Though I will maintain your respectful practices as your own privacy.
Thank you. It's tricky because if we open door fully, then that gives Noctum an easy way to dissect and harm us in our own ritual craft. If we don't tell everything, then we are called liars, we're told we're hiding something, that we're not saying the whole truth. Even if we do tell the truth, people think it's lies. Even if we do tell the truth, lies are told about us regardless. That's not the first time, we're used to it, but it's difficult.
If I believe we informed people at the time of the ritual at Marge's Tower that it was to clear the entropy from the area. That's what the purpose was. And it was... I saw tell on the way gates people decrying the fact that we left after everything went wrong. And I wonder if they recall how Vanity was pulsing with energy. We had to get her here, and even still, we were too late. This does feel rather private to say, she, essentially, because of how horribly the ritual wasn't able to finish correctly, she, well, basically exploded with it. We're lucky she was in the ritual room when that happened, that we had no room to stick around. We had to get her here. And to see the fact that, oh, you abandoned everyone when they were injured, when a ritual was disrupted by others' hands, and our own harmed as we tried desperately to keep it from getting worse and worse and worse. And we were in the process of mourning her risk of death, because that is what reconstitution is every time. And I had to go and finish the job because I had to. No matter how much I...
Unfortunate that this happened, and hopefully with elucidation and the light guiding our path, it may be avoided from happening again.
Yes, perhaps I try not to speak on what occurred to Thanavi at that moment because I don't want people to know how bad things were, and I don't want people to know how dangerous that step of the snare clearing is, because it is a point in which we are weak.
The magic must go somewhere.
And it is something that is also very important to do, that I refuse to just not do if it becomes necessary again. So I worry. I'm telling this to you in confidence, Jamie. I don't know if you believe that it should stay in confidence or not, but I don't know. It's just...
It is at times like this that faith will lead us forward. I understand that you have suffered, that there are those who would see lies where there is truth. But I have faith with each step I take. I will see Vardoran healed. We will see Vardoran healed.
I would like to believe this as well. I hold a similar faith.
I have faith
After
as
all,
well, Jamie.
We can't just shirk our duties because things have been hard. It's why I'm committed to clearing the snares no matter what.
We will.
Someone needs to tend to the earth. Someone needs to clear that stagnant rot. And make way for...
Just what will be done.
Yes.
That was a weird noise.
Wolves tend to get in
was
down
like the banshees got a little rowdy.
I thought in that moment that I lost her, but she is okay. She is okay, but all that energy, Jamie, it has to go somewhere. That is the danger in clearing snares. To clear the snare, the energy must be pulled. It must be pulled to a point. I am certain you can guess what that point was. But we will continue on, because it must be done. Because if we do not, the land will continue to fester. It will not be clean and cleansed as it ought to be, as it deserves to be. And Noctum may hunt us for it, they may kill us for it, but we will see it done.
I do admit, I think Noctum is hunting us for other reasons, not necessarily because of the snares, but it is a moment where we are weak, so...
Indeed.
It is why we are so quick about our rituals.
But in any case, I hold faith as well, Jamie, that we will be able to see this through, to find some way to, throughout all of this, heal Vardoran. It is imperative that we do so. The war cannot be ignored from our side, but at the same time, we will look for ways to further ceasefire and ensure that, well, Those who are in active danger are no longer such. It is the point of your ritual, yes?
That is the point. To settle disputes, to have the strength of light required, to see that we can purify this land, and hopefully stop any who would get in the way.
Then I dearly
For
hope...
Axiom's veins.
For Axiom's veins.
For the light. Now, I believe I may have overstayed my welcome.
Please, do take care, Jamie.
Of course. Although, I may want to commit to memory just how much I'm throwing in here real quick.
Yes, I will add a little bit more in here as well.
And that is for the best.
Oh my goodness.
I told you I wasn't playing.
I'm not weighed down by this. This is quite a
Oh,
bit.
I was incredibly weighed down, but the light carries my burden.
Alright, I'll get this moved inside here in a moment. It's a fairly heavy box. Okay.
Yes, gold is heavy.
Indeed. But I believe I have a direction to work towards in my studies, and I will prepare this ritual as fast as I can.
Excellent.
With as much certainty as possible.
Excellent. Do what you must. Prepare what you must. Write us if you have questions.
Of course. Please, be safe.
You as well.
You as well.
Take care.
Be safe, you three.
Yes.
Oh, you have a much longer road home.
Yes, well, let's see how it goes.
I'm glad you were there, Dorian. It's good timing.
Of course, happened to be wakeful, it was good.
Speaking of recalling that moment, Lady Thanavi, it is difficult for me. It is. I thought I lost her, Dorian. I thought... You know,
I know.
everything that makes it so hard for her.
I know.
I'll have a seat.
And typically my own constitutions are rather awful, and there's very little else I can think about in the moment that, other than just how awful it is, but the fact that she was there whenever I arose was... The relief almost shocked me from the agony.
I haven't been able to travel without a hood for cycles, Dorian. It's not safe out there on the roads. It's not safe for any of us. They kill Nysander. They killed me. They hunt Yasad in the forest. They hunt us like dogs. And the undead, they can only do so much. The undead do not possess the intelligence to fight a war, merely strength of arms. Our own...
It is unfortunate.
Yes. The unarmed... our own cannot gather the resources they seek for weaponry. Not for Mordium. Because it is guarded fiercely. And it's not safe for us to go in there, and... With the numbers so weighted, 3 of the Dalrads, most of the Academy, The Mancinis, the Darkwoods. And what do we have? A handful of people. Others who support our efforts but don't want to join. It's...
I think most people, well, they aren't of the faith. Ultimately,
it's a war.
I will say also, Karina, I worry that, well, it is exactly the fact that we have not been merciful so far in this thing that
I have been.
Public opinion has turned so hard against us.
I've tried to be. I did not rip the throats of those who I had every right to do so. Kaelin, others in the silver mines. I have offered kindness even to enemies, even Velos, Heinrich. Yet every act I make is met with suspicion. Every good I do is some sort of veiled problem. The Vecchi's spy work has put many on edge. I should have told him sooner, but he is a void catcher. It was not my place. He is blunt.
I fear that it is... I do not only mean mercy for those who are neutral, but also mercy for our direct enemies. But not them themselves.
Perhaps we must employ kindness, because we cannot win through violence. Not at the moment.
I fear that perhaps I might be in the minority opinion among the indexes. But
it is your opinion regardless, Dorian. It matters.
My own existence is, well, it is because of mercy. I was an enemy on the battlefield that they chose not to kill.
I know.
Thus, I try and keep that in mind. And I try and look at my own actions and consider if I am, well, if I am losing myself in a way that I do not wish to. And I look at the actions of those I love, and I worry if perhaps they might be losing themselves too. Toward violence. It is perhaps sobering to have so many other perspectives here. When it is just us versus them, it is easy to fall into that trap, but...
There's a lot of new people here. Enough new people that they can make a difference in this conflict. If we don't have their support, come with me, Dorian. I want to go to the Oasis. I want to go to
victory is yours.